Now, coming to the statins, it is the HMG-CoA reductase on which statins are basically the inhibitors. Coming to the HMP pathway, doctor, there are two things in that: oxidative, reductive. Oxidative basically occurs in mitochondria. Reductive pathway typically occurs in cytosol. So we have switched it slightly in the option B and made it the answer. Coming to DNA polymerases, it is the 3,5 exonuclease activity which is responsible for the base excision repair. Not 5,3 is what you have to basically remember. DNA is another dirty topic. DNA, RNA, transcription, translation, polymerases, types of polymerases. We ignore it in biochemistry, still pass exam with the distinction score. So that's the reason you have to at least read now. Now, Dr. Niemann-Pick, sphingomyelinase deficiency, fundamentally. Now, after receiving a blood transfusion, there is an incompatible transfusion reaction. It's an example of a type 2 hypersensitivity, which is a complement mediated cytotoxicity reaction where a free floating antibody against a fixed antigen is the one which is basically happening. What is the role of factor 5? Factor 2 is prothrombin. 2 become 2A. Prothrombin become thrombin. For that it requires two other factors. What are they? 5 and 10. If 5 deficiency or 10 deficiency is there, PT, 2 cannot become 2A. Prothrombin cannot become thrombin. Hence you try to give thrombin directly. That's how factor 5 deficiency can be treated, is what need to be remembered. Okay, doc, you give me one confident answer for this question. Which transplant rejection reaction? One beauty part of accessing it online in this is you can also use your Facebook, Twitter to invite your friends on the discussion and make them participate. Now tell me, doctor, which kind of reaction it is? Where you find maculopapular rash, jaundice, hepatosplenomegaly, diarrhea. Is it a hyperacute rejection, acute rejection, chronic rejection, or GVHD, graft versus host disease? Chronic rejection you like to say? Chronic is an answer I am listening from. Your good name, doctor? Huh? Shravani. Shravani from which college? Guntur Medical College. Shravani, our future topper, also says chronic. Anuja also says chronic. Anantapur says chronic. Abhi says acute. Only Vizag gets the big clap. Graft versus host disease. So doctor, hyperacute का मतलब क्या है? Before you have done a transplantation to me, you have given me lot of blood. Bottles of blood you have given to me. Okay, if I am B positive, you have given me B positive, no problem. But there will be lot of unmatched micro antigens which you have not done the cross matching. I will develop a allosensitization against them. That's the reason whenever you are planning a future transplantation, try to decrease the number of blood transfusions to the people. You may argue, no, I am giving matched blood only. Why will antibodies will be produced? You are only matching for ABO. You are not matching for those micro antigens, which will be different between me, who is a recipient, and anybody else. If you give lot of transfusions, I will have lot of antibodies, allo antibodies. The moment you put a transplant in me, they will attack the transplantant. Even before surgeon finishes his work, transplant is dead. That is called hyperacute rejection due to preformed antibodies. Acute will occur weeks later. It is cell-mediated immunity. Chronic will occur when the class 1 MHC non-self is perceived by the T lymphocytes as a class 1 MHC self. Then that will lead to a idiotype, anti-idiotype antibodies they are called. and they will typically lead to the chronic rejection. And it is a irreversible T cell and also antibody mediated vascular damage leading to the obliterative vascular fibrosis, which is the hallmark of it. Vasculitis with the interstitial lymphocytic infiltrate is the hallmark of acute rejection. And what is GVHD? GVHD may you have this maculopapular rash, jaundice, hyperosplenomegaly, everything. So tomorrow's exam, transplant rejection, types of reactions, mechanisms, presentation, everything you have to be sure. Now doctor, vaginous granulomatosis is there. How do you like to basically describe it? Large serpiginous necrotic areas with peripheral palisading macrophages characterizes the vaginous granulomatosis is what I want to underscore to all of you. In the oral cavity, it is a squamous cell carcinoma, which is most common type. Smoking typically leads to centrilobular emphysema, very standard kind of a question. Now a 49-year-old school teacher from Nagpur typically presents with diarrhea, weight loss. PAS positive organisms in the lamina propria immediately make you to think of Tropharema whippleyi, which lead to the development of Whipple's disease is what need to be remembered. Ulcerative colitis does not have skip lesions. Crohn's is having the skip lesions, which is the differentiator between the two. Nodular glomerular sclerosis is equal to Kimmel-Stein's Wilson's disease. These are all the buzzwords for the exam which you are going to remember. 29-year-old women, molar pregnancy, and no fetal parts are found. Means it makes it a complete hydrantiform mole basically. Okay, doc. The next booth which you have to do a little puja before going to exam is monoclonal antibodies. Which monoclonal antibody with high affinity for the IL-2 receptor on the activated T cells? So many monoclonal antibodies you know, no? Infliximab, rituximab, azalimumab. Who will give the correct answer? Infliximab, Dr. Anuja proposes. Maybe, may not be right. I don't know. Let me see what others will propose. Anjum also says infliximab. Shravani from Guntur Medical College. What is your answer, doctor? You are not sure? If you are not sure on monoclonal antibodies, NEET PG is far away because it's a high yield topic, doctor. Okay. Daclizumab is what you are going to ultimately remember. There is a list of monoclonal antibodies. Any kutti book for entrance will contain that list. You have to hold it in the tip of the nose and go to exam, sneeze it there and come out. Now, external male genitalia, internal female genitalia are there. And she is also having decreased BP. Salt losing type of a congenital adrenal hyperplasia due to mineralocorticoid deficiency. Where do you come across? Which is virilizing in nature. It is 21 hydroxylase deficiency is what need to be remembered. Why hydroxylase, 21 hydroxylase deficiency is virilizing and salt losing? There is one small biochemical chain of androgen, mineralocorticoid, glucocorticoid production. You must be very sure on the table. 4 enzymes, 17 alpha hydroxylase, 21 alpha hydroxylase, 3 beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase deficiency. So these are the congenital hyperplasias. 100% you have to be ready before you go to the exam hall.